Hey, Butch Patrick here. That's right, Eddie from the Munsters.
What's up? This is Charlie Cox.
This is Ray Fisher here.
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson.
And you're listening to
the Con Culture Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Con Culture here. Plenty of stuff to talk about this week. Most importantly, first and foremost, I guess, our con news. We have so many cons to talk about with Comic Palooza this weekend. We have Celebrity Fan Fest. Fan Expo Dallas has some announcements and some cancellations. We'll touch on that in a later segment. But what else do we have, Trey? It's not just cons.
Oh, well, Disney definitely delivered since our last episode. We're going to have the Black Widow review, Luca, and Monsters at Work.
And in this episode of Manga Minute, we're going to be talking about the oldie but the goodie Fruits Basket. So stay tuned.
Sounds like a treat. And of course, we are going to be discussing that epic finale to Loki. The last and 6th episode is aired. We'll also be giving our thoughts on that. So all that and more in this episode. We hope you stay tuned. We hope you like it. Coming right at you. So getting our con news started is Fan Expo Dallas. Unfortunately, we do have a cancellation that is coming in the pipe here. It is Dave Bautista. He is unfortunately unavailable to attend. He is in the canceled section of celebs, but they've added a few more. We've added Zachary Quinto, Adam Savage, and jumping from Houston to Dallas, Mark Paul Gosselaar and Mario Lopez. Slater and Zach will be there also, so I'm excited for both of them. What about you, Trey? What are you excited for, eh?
I think one of the celebrities I'm most excited to see again is Brendan Fraser, who we saw at Celebrity Fan Fest. Just great guy, great energy. Love to see him work and talk to the crowd. Definitely Green Arrow himself, Mr. Stephen Amell, and Batman. Every time I read a comic book, this man's voice is in my head, Kevin Conroy.
For sure. He is the definitive Batman voice. He is going to be an awesome guest.
That's not the only voice we're going to have this weekend, though, right?
Gigi, I know there's the voice actor attending. Can't off the top of my head put my finger on it. Maybe you can remember. Do you know if there's anybody you're even remotely interested in?
I don't really think that there's anybody really that I'm excited for to see at an expo. I guess if you're a fan of My Hero Academia, this is definitely
You're not, though.
Good. No, not at all. I hate My Hero Academia.
No, could not tell.
Not the place for you. No, I'm just kidding. They have a whole bunch of My Hero voice actors that are going to be there. Super excited. So make sure you bring out your posters to get as many voice actors. As of now, they have 13 voice actors. So that includes All Might, Aizawa, Deku, I mean, there's so many. I could just go on.
Who else do you need?
Who else do you need?
Ochako. But yeah, also, there's somebody from Attack on Titan that's going to be there. So you should go check out their website if you want to get a full list of the voice actors that will be there.
So head on over to Fan Expo and see what they got, guys. Okay, why did we just fade out? We're still in the con segment. We faded out. Now we faded back, and magically the backgrounds are different. What the?
I don't fire this editor.
I don't get
right
it.
now.
I don't get it. I guess I don't need to get it. I guess we're Celebrity Fan Fest now. Judging by the backgrounds, we're talking Celebrity Fan Fest now, guys. That's the next con on the list. And man, did they just drop several more announcements? The day after we made a video, Owen Wilson got announced. So, and then they just kept dumping more and more on us. So many fandoms. I know Supernatural fandom's been announced. Trey, help me out here. What other fandoms that they got?
It keeps getting better and better for Star Wars fans, DC fans, Marvel fans, Power Rangers, Avatar. I mean, the guest announcements have not stopped.
It's true. It's every other day they've announced more and more guests. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. Keep going to Celebrity Fan Fest, their website and their different social media platforms, because they are constantly throwing new guests our way. And also, hey cosplayers, make sure you tune in to our next episode, because we Celebrity Fan Fest.
Ooh.
She
No more-
winked.
I
No more
winked.
hints.
I
No more
gave
hints.
that
There's
for
a
free.
wink. There's a free wink. You're taking that, and that's all you're getting. On to the next con, folks. Again with the fade in and fade out. It doesn't make
About
any
had it up to
sense.
here.
This fucking
This
editor.
editor.
I
It's
don't
not.
like that.
It's weird. It's just weird.
It's never gonna work in
dims,
this town
It comes
again.
back and we have new backgrounds, or y'all have new backgrounds. I don't know what's going on here, folks. I know the last con we're mentioning and talking about is Comic Palooza. Super excited for this one in Houston this weekend. Probably when this episode airs, Trey and Gigi will be like at the
Be there.
rooftop bar, fist bumping, living it up.
I have some questions for future me. Are you having fun at Comic Palooza? Are you swimming? Are you still dressed up like all?
Oh, was that a cosplay announcement? I think that was a cosplay announcement. That's awesome.
I think that was a cosplay.
That's
it
super
was.
awesome. What about you,
It
Trey? You
was.
planning on cosplaying this weekend at Comic Palooza?
I was playing Saturday, we let the dogs out,
Whoop whoop.
not at the table.
I love the
So,
cryptic
yeah.
messaging. I love it. I'll be there snapping photos. So if you see me there, I'm not a weirdo or a creeper. I will ask for your permission and consent before snapping your photo. But if you do see me, please stop me. I'm just going to be soaking it all in, getting photos of these guys in their cosplays.
He's just a
Yeah.
cinnamon roll. He looks like he could kill you, but he's a
100%.
cinnamon roll.
Gooey inside and all. It's just, you got me pegged, Gigi. 100%. But Comic Palooza, guys, we can't be more excited than we are. We're going to get so much coverage. We're going to try to get vendor interviews, cosplayer interviews. We're going to try to get coverage of the cosplay contest. Everything we can get into without getting kicked out for being weird. We will do our best to do that. Yeah, no promises. But that's pretty much it for con news this week, guys. So I guess on to the next segment. Do the fade out thing again, I guess, since that's a thing we're doing.
No, we
It
doing the fade
doesn't
out
matter.
thing the whole time.
We got to do something. Apparently, that's how this show
Let
goes.
me tell you something about
No-
editor.
Disney, folks. What can we say about Disney? Disney has delivered. They are back at the box office in a really big way. And Trey and I were there to witness it along with a couple of friends. Black Widow, finally, after over a year's delay, got its time in the sun. And boy, was that time glorious. $218 million opening weekend is a huge success for Marvel. They had good international take, they had a good domestic take, and a good at home with the premiere service for Disney Plus. So you could watch this film anywhere, but that didn't hurt it. It only seems to have helped Disney solidify a big hit. It's the largest film in the COVID era, but what was the quality of the film? What was it like? What did we think about it? Trey, what did you think of The Black Widow and finally getting to see it in theaters?
I got sucked into it like immediately. Like it was just. It's hard. Like I don't mean to like toot my own horn, but someone that's gone to film school, like it's really hard to when you watch a movie the first time not to pick it apart. Didn't do that with this movie. Just watched it, was sucked in. Was glad to see a Marvel movie in theaters again.
100%, for sure. I was the same way. I was like, man, this is a lot of delay. We've had some great series. How is this gonna hold up against the stuff that Marvel's been producing? And where in the timeline does it sit? And once we saw that this is, in between Civil War, spoiler
Infinity
warning,
War.
spoiler, Infinity War. No, Civil War. It's in
between both of those
yeah,
wars.
in between Civil War and Infinity War. Spoiler alert. Once I saw that, I was like, oh, I don't know how captivated I'm gonna be knowing that she lives. She's not really in any real danger here. Nope.
Don't get too attached.
I was sucked right into the story. The characters were fucking magnificent. The fact that they started with a young Black Widow and a young Helena. Oh, I was sold from the word go. The action sequences were probably the highlight of this film for me. The fight
Jason
choreography.
Bourne-worthy.
Oh yeah, whoever was in
John
charge
Wick.
of fight choreography knocked it out the fucking park. It was gritty, it was raw, it was physical, and these girls weren't like sissying around or being manhandled by the stronger characters. No, these girls were kicking ass. The physicality was all from the females, bringing it to several male guards. They take out bodyguards. They take out private security. Like, they're doing it. And when they fight each other, oh, the Black Widows.
Oh my gosh.
Chills. What was your favorite part as far as the fighting and the action goes?
Two of my favorite fights were the very beginning, Black Widow versus Taskmaster.
Ooh.
Like, just so cool seeing like the power of Taskmaster being like, it's like fighting a mirror. It was so cool to see that.
On the bridge, that scene was awesome.
And then of course you're like, how's she gonna get away through this? Oh no, spoiler, it's like, oh no, Taskmaster got the box, JK, well, Natasha's got the contents.
Yup.
I was just like, I love this movie, like already from the get-go. And then my second favorite fight was between Yelena and Black Widow.
Oh.
In the apartment. Like, that was just insane.
They were whooping each other's ass.
Yeah, and it ends with like a truce. I was just like, jeez.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, family.
Yeah.
One hell of a family reunion. And right after that scene is one of the awesome scenes where she's taking her shirt off and you can see her back is just covered with bruises from the fight with Taskmaster. And that's when Elena's kind of like, holy shit, she just held her own, and she's obviously been through something recently, and she still took it to me. So a little bit of respect in this nod of like, whoa.
That's why you're an Avenger.
Exactly. And I love the quips. I love the jokes. There's plenty of poking fun at itself. We talked about superhero fatigue before. That was nowhere to be seen. The numbers show it. The attendance shows it. The reviews show it. Nobody's tired of Marvel doing their thing. But they poked fun at themselves with the posing. Helena joking about Black Widow's poses. You're such a poser. And she finally does one herself in that moment where it just feels so uncomfortable and forced to her. It was perfect. The movie had so many small setups.
But I gotta be honest, the comedic king.
Who?
The comedic king of this movie, it was stolen by David Harbour.
All day.
As Alexei.
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
Oh, I loved it. His tale of fighting Captain America.
Oh.
It just sticks with it.
What a great way to introduce a character, just arm wrestling, just any man that comes to sit down in front of him.
Yep. And then the character points a little flaw in his fighting Captain America story, and he just breaks his fucking arm.
Yeah.
You see this giant just sobbing, holding what's left of his arm. It was awesome. It was so cool. And even the breakout scene when he breaks out of prison, you get to see he was holding back. Like, he could have done some damage at any point because the guards were talking shit. He punches right through the glass, pulls both guards out. And right after she tells him don't make a scene, he makes one hell of a fucking scene of it.
Causes a riot.
Yeah, prison riot, break. But they're trying to stop him from escaping, which is weird. Even the prisoners are trying to stop him from escaping. So it's like, fuck. They really brainwashed this entire country to thinking that Red Guardian's some sort of fallen from grace criminal. And he's really upset and pissed about it. Like, he really got double-crossed by his guy, who is the main villain of this film. And there's great layers to this story. Like, I cried. I cried twice in this film, but I'm a crybaby. I cry in every movie.
Like, Dominic Toretto would love this movie because it's just full of family,
Full of family, but dysfunctional as fuck.
Yeah.
Dysfunctional as fuck. And there's plenty of depth to the characters. We get some Budapest payoffs. We find out
Budapest.
all about Budapest. It's whatever. That scene alone, there's so many like quotables and callbacks in this movie.
Great Easter eggs.
Oh yeah, all throughout this
like
thing.
Just like, what bullets do that? I was like, oh, those are arrows. I was just like, whew,
yeah,
my man.
yes, and not just Easter eggs sprinkled across the whole thing. Because she comes straight from when she let Captain America go and she, hit the King of Wakanda. She hit T'Challa in order to let Cap and Bucky get away. And that's we're fresh off of that. She's running away. And like you said, it's just a great spy flick. It's awesome if you want espionage, deep cover stuff, action, explosions, and make plenty of comedy. The vest scene, like that, it gives everything after so much more weight, and everything before the scene in the Avengers when Loki's talking about the red on her ledger. If we think back, he mentions, "Can you really get rid of so much red? Dracov's daughter, your ledger is dripping." Barton told me all about it, and now we get all those cool scenes that have just so much more weight because we have the context behind them, which is why I was worried about the time period it sat in, but it just made it more rich and made you appreciate everything that much more. The relationship between her and Barton, now you can see where it started. He was supposed to kill her, and he chose not to and gave her a way out. Oh, it's just so good. And the Taskmaster, I loved him as a villain, but loved what they did with him also. A lot of people are upset, thinking they roast Taskmaster as a villain and they could have done so much more with him. I think it was a great story, and they used it, and it fit the story they were trying to tell. But what was another...
But I know this is a whole nother segment we'll get into, but maybe that's just a variant of Taskmaster.
God damn. That's the cool thing about this. Everything can be rewritten now. We need to find out. Find out in this week's season finale of Loki. But that's another segment onto itself, but a good transition. So we'll just do our rating on this one. Out of 10, what do you give this movie, Trey? What do you give this film out of 10?
Well, before we go into that, let's just put some weight on those numbers. Give me a 1 Marvel film and give me a 10 Marvel film. I think I already know what 10 is. 10 is like Endgame,
10
right?
is Endgame. I think it's just the greatest culmination.
Like, that's a lot. Like, you got to have a huge cast and ensemble to get up to that one. Okay, so what's a 1?
There is no... I've never seen a 1. But if I had to pick, the worst thing that Marvel has put out, film or including the series?
You can put the series in there if you want, but out of everything Marvel in the MCU, what's in the 1 category?
There's nothing in the 1 category that I could think of. But if we have to pick the lowest rung on the totem pole, I would maybe say Iron Man 3.
See, a lot of people say that one.
Yeah, I would say Iron Man 3.
That Thor Dark World. And I'm like, no, that one's got so much weight in it.
I love Thor Dark World. But I'm a stan for Thor. I'm a total sucker.
Oh, yeah.
I simp for Thor all day long. But I would say
that's fair.
Iron Man 3.
So way better than Iron Man 3. So if Endgame is 10, I'm going to give it 8.5.
That is literally what I give it. The same exact score. Because it delivered on so many levels. It was fun. It had action. It had humor. Like you said, the Red Guardian was amazingly funny. Stole every scene he was in, but so did Helena.
Oh my gosh.
This gave us a future to look forward to. If Black Widow is gone for good, we have
that post-credit scene.
Yes! The post-credit scene. Is she going to go after Hawkeye? Is she the anti-hero or villain in the Hawkeye series? Now we have to find out for ourselves by watching it, but we're hooked. And what team are they forming? Are they forming the Dark Avengers? Are they forming the Thunderbolts? What's going on with...
got Zemo.
Yeah, they got Zemo, they have US Agent, and now Helena. And possibly Taskmaster, all who are members of Thunderbolt. They were all members of the Thunderbolt team, but they could also be Dark Avengers. So we're going to have some interesting stuff coming forward, plenty of things to look forward to, but it's not just on the big screen that it's getting it done. It got plenty of views on the small screen, but Disney has so much more to deliver on the small screen. Trey, you recently watched a film. We recently watched a film on the small screen. What were your thoughts on Luca?
Loved Luca. So much.
Yeah. It had a lot of heart. So much heart.
Yeah.
That's it. You love Luca?
I mean, I'm trying to dive in. Where do we begin, really? I mean, I don't want to roast it out the gate, but one tiny complaint I had at the beginning, and I'm sure a lot of people are saying this, and it's what's scaring some people away from it. It just gave me a lot of Little Mermaid vibes. Loved the Little Mermaid. Nothing against the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
I was just getting that with the beginning of Luca. And then as I see what the story was progressing on to, and with this with Alberto and Julia, I was just like, this is a great movie.
Yes.
Like, fell in love with every single character, and had me crying at the train station scene, like just losing it.
Yeah, one criticism I'll give it with you is right out the gate, the voice actor was the same from Coco, and that really jarred me out of the experience initially. But once they hit me with the Silencio Bruno, like, that became my mantra. That was probably my favorite aspect of this movie, because we as individuals doubt ourselves so many times and have these, bad scenarios cooked up in our head about what's the worst case thing that could happen, and we're second guessing ourselves. Silencio Bruno is all you need to say, and just go fucking do the thing you want to do.
Yep.
And it'll lead to some great results. Enjoy life. And that's what this film's about. Enjoying life, trusting your friends, your intuition, and not judging books by their cover. The dad's arc in this film.
Do you not want the pasta that he makes? Like, that looked
so
like
good.
My mouth was watering the whole time, just like, I need it.
So good. If you want an awesome, heartwarming film, Luca is definitely the film for you. It's not super long, so you don't have to worry about a 2 to 3 hour film where you have to, sit down and take in a bunch of story. It's a lighthearted film with great story, great heart, great animation, and it's unique. Like Trey said, you kind of get Little Mermaid vibes at first, and the Coco voice actor kind of takes you off guard, but once they start telling their story, it's a beautiful story to watch. I can't recommend it enough. It's a good Pixar movie. And Pixar is not just done with that. They're also doing Monsters at Work, another series that they just started. And I saw the first 2 episodes, and I'm hooked. It's awesome. We have the original voice cast back. And with a little twist, there's some cool twist. It picks up literally right after the Monsters Inc. film. Right after. They're literally transitioning from scare power to laugh power, and Sully and Mike are put in charge of Monsters Inc. And the transition that takes place, we're introduced to a new swath of characters that are the maintenance team of Monsters Inc. And that's really the characters that we follow for the show. And it's funny because they hired a new scarer. That's our main character, is a new scarer, and they just stopped using scare power. So he's coming. He broke Sully's record in college on the scare meter. So he's coming fully amped, and he gets there as they're removing the letters from the building. We Scare Because We Care are getting taken down, and they tell him, oh no, we're not doing scares anymore. We're doing laughers now, jokesters. So we need comedy. And they don't know where to put them, so they just stuff them with the maintenance team, the MIF team. And it's a fucking hilarious story. The comedy's great. Henry Winkler is one of the Mifters. And if you're a fan of the Monsters Inc. films, you need to go fucking watch this show, because it is hilarious from the word go. They're 23-minute episodes, so they're bite-sized, easy to digest. You get a new one every week. But I'm just ecstatic that Disney's killing it on the big screen, on the small screen. They got you covered, whether if you want a film or something quick to digest like Monsters at Work, or if you want to get into a big spy saga, Black Widow's there. It's worth it. If you have a family, $30 seems like a lot, but for my family of 5, it's like $70 without snacks. And then you throw in the snacks, and we're looking at $120. So $30 looks mighty nice. Order some pizza.
Yeah.
Make it a $50, $60 night. Saves you some money.
Definitely.
So either way you want to do it, folks, Disney is delivering on the goods. Those are our
Say Silencio Bruno and watch them, okay?
That's it. Silencio Bruno. And on that note, folks, back to the rest of the show.
Hey weebs, let's do it. We're talking about Fruits Basket. So Fruits Basket at a glance, there are 12 books, and they all range from anywhere from 350 to like over 400 pages for each book. So it is definitely a hefty read. If you are looking for a manga that has a lot of content, these are the book series for you. If you are into Chinese Zodiac, this is the book series for you. If you're into like cute animals, this is the book for you. I'm only a third of the way through because, like I said, it is hefty, but everybody that I've talked to about it has said that it is one of their favorite mangas that they've ever read, and I can't say enough good things about what I've seen so far. That being said, it is a hefty manga. It is definitely dialogue heavy. There are a lot of different characters in it. So if you do decide to read, I do recommend having a bookmark where you can scribble notes. That helped me a lot, just keeping track of all the different characters. But 10 out of 10 so far. I recommend it. I really enjoy it. I'm definitely bringing it this weekend, and I love it. I hope you read it. Bye.
All right, folks. We have to dive into Loki, but I am indifferent. I am angry. I am happy. I am sad. I am furious while joyful all at the same time. Every emotion. We're going to cover the last 3 episodes since the last time we podcasted. So yeah, that's our Loki review. What do you give it? Let's do a number rating. We did a number rating for Black Widow. Let's Loki number rating.
That's tough.
I'll go first, so you can.
You're
think
going
about
first?
yours. Yeah, I'll go first, so you can think about your number, because I'm pretty set on 9 out of 10. Like, it's so high up there with the comic Easter eggs. Is what I love. The Thanos copter, the Frog Thor, the classic costumes. I'm a sucker for the classic costumes. We got it in WandaVision when Vision and Scarlet Witch wore their classic costumes. We got it here.
So is Pietro.
Yes, Pietro's. Like, I'm a sucker for those classic costume moments. Marvel knows what their fans want, and they'll give it in the little forms and in the big forms. So I'm going 9 out of 10 because I can rewatch this series. And Sylvie, for me, stole the show. She was an amazing actress. Richard Grant, 1 episode, and I can't stop thinking about every scene he was in.
Oh, he was fantastic.
There were so many moments like that, though, across the board that were just kick-ass quotable moments, plenty of things to love, and I think it's on par or better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, Disney seems to keep outdoing themselves, and I know I say it all the time. It's my favorite Disney thing. It's my favorite Marvel thing. It becomes it's a broken record, but they need to stop fucking passing the bars they set.
They keep one up in themselves.
Yeah, and it's amazing to watch, man. It's a great time to be a Marvel fan. It really is. What do you got? What's your number?
This sucks because, like, I'm trying to rate it off of the other Marvel shows that have been out so far. And it's tough because, like you said, they all touch on different themes, and I love the different themes of each show. But if I had to pick one over the other, oh man. As much as I loved Loki, like, if I had to do like top 3 of the shows, Falcon Winter Soldier is my favorite. Then Wanda, then Loki. And that's tough because I've loved Loki so much so far, but just
I don't think that belittles Loki.
I gotta put
That's like naming your 3 favorite foods. If somebody serves you any one of them, you're gonna fucking swallow them whole.
Yeah, I'm gonna be happy.
Exactly. That's the way I see it. My ranking would be WandaVision. Mine would be WandaVision, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and then WandaVision, Loki, then Captain America and the Winter Soldier. That would be my rating. And that is close on Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki.
Yeah.
Like, it's a coin toss. You ask me on a different day, I might say something different. That's how good they are.
So
number rating. I gave it 9.
I gave Black Widow 8.5.
Yes. We gave it the same rating, actually. 8.5.
So I'm going to give Loki an 8.
8. Strong for a miniseries, man.
Yeah.
So would you recommend it for sure for anybody who is into Marvel or just a fan of good television?
Oh, absolutely. Like 100%. It's just a great like mystery with mischief and just so many feels. But of course, like, what sucks with some of these series, and I've had some people say, "Oh, do I need to have seen all the movies to get these shows?" I'm like, yeah.
To get them fully. It's not like a Kevin Smith movie where you'll be lost if you didn't. It's
like,
definitely
who's this Vision guy?
Yeah.
Like, who's her brother? Like, oh my god, yeah, you got to watch Age of Ultron. Like,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's definitely it has to be a lot more. You get a richer experience when you have seen all the other content. But like you said, Marvel rewards you for watching these shows. So there's going to be payoffs in films that we're going to be like, oh shit, that's episode 3. I remember that. Oh, it's it's Gator Loki. Or it's like, we're going to have moments like that in the films. And it's going to be so cool. So
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've gone off on this timeline as long as we can. It's
100.
time to prune this segment.
Yeah, time to prune the segment. Trey, you are 100% correct. Let's get back to the rest of the
Prune me.
podcast. You're done. Bye, Trey. I loved you. Oh my fucking God. It's like,
It's
really old. It's just fade in, fade out, fade in, fade. Like, pick another transition. Pick another transition, editor. That's all we ask. Show's over now, I guess. What did we cover? We covered the con news. We faded in and out of the con news. We faded in and out of our Disney segment with our Black Widow review. Loki.
We faded in and out of freaking Manga Minute.
We did. Faded in gracefully, though. That one was a graceful fade in, fade out. And we faded in and out of the Loki finale, which, chef's kiss, really good, amazing, mind blown. Did we see it yet, or was this recorded before? You don't fucking know. We don't even know.
We're variants. You have
We're
no
already
idea.
in season 2.
Where are you guys in 2021 still? That's sad. Yep. It's gonna get real rocky and hairy and other things that are gross. But that's it, folks.
Yeah, there's a war coming, and we're gonna need you guys to help us fight it.
Tomorrow, but not today. Because today the show's over. So thank you all so much for watching Con Culture. We hope you enjoy. We are out this bitch. Bye-bye.
Better not fade out again.
Don't you
Better
fucking
not fade
fade out!
Hi, I'm Alexandra Shipp.
Hey, Butch Patrick here. That's right, Eddie from the Munster.
What's up? This is Charlie Cox.
This is Ray Fisher here.
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson.
And you're listening to
Listening to Con Culture Podcast.